Hey, how's it going YouTube? It's TAG97 again. Today we'll be going over the Ruger Precision chambered in 6.5 CREEDMOOR. Also guys, do not forget to have an Instagram, and you can simply find that in the description of the video. Just click down to the description and find the link, and then there you go. I want to say a special thank you to my subscribers, viewers, and Patreon donors as well. I love and appreciate you guys so much for everything you do for me. I can't thank you enough for all the love and support you do. And I've got a huge amount of followers this week on Instagram, so thank you guys so much. Just keep in mind, if you are going to follow my Instagram, just make sure you hit the subscribe button too. It really helps the channel and let me know where we're going on this. So yet again, thank you so much, and I love you guys very much. Okay, so let's talk about specifications real quick. So this rifle is a whopping 46.75 inches overall length, fully extended. Now with it collapsed, right here, you push that button and you collapse the stock for conveniency of travel. This makes it 35.60, so it knocks off a good amount of inches. So this is a really long rifle, let's be honest. That's just like the Mosin Nagant I reviewed. It's basically the same length. So sometimes it takes used to getting used to the big sizes, but you can definitely move up in the world. So the barrel is an impressive 24 inches long, not including the muzzle brake. We're not going to include the tip, right? So the twist rate is a 1 in 8 twist. So that is a decent rate for a barrel, especially for long distances. So let's get on to the ammunition now. To give you a reference, so you know the actual size of the 6.5 CREEDMOOR. So to give you a reference, here is a 7.62 by 39, which is a standard AK-47 round. Now, as you see, it's a pretty beefy round. And then here is the 6.5 CREEDMOOR. So lining these two up perfectly is what you get. As you can see, basically the lower is about the same, and obviously the projectile is completely different. AK-47 is a little beefier, but this is definitely skinnier and longer, more like a 5.56. Now I'm going to compare that to the 5.56 real quick to give you another reference. So this one is the 5.56 55 grain, not the 62 like I normally show, but this is the 55 grain. And then here again is the 6.5 CREEDMOOR. I'm going to line this up one more time for you. So as you see, if you do not have a 7.62 to reference off of, the 5.56 is more common, or 223, basically same caliber. So as you can see, it is a pretty big projectile compared to it. So you're probably thinking this has a lot of kick. It depends really on the platform, what you're shooting out of, the length of the barrel, how heavy it is, and if you have a good muzzle brake. That's always something you take in consideration.
I know you guys are probably getting really sick of me talking about the CREEDMOOR. So the best recommended grain to use for a 1 in 8 twist rate with a 6.5 CREEDMOOR, that is a 24-inch barrel, the best recommendation of grainage to use is between 139 and then all the way up to 142. And if you didn't know that in 2007, this is when the projectile was made by Hornady, a very famous company that you should already know.
So Ruger is so kind enough to give you guys some Magpul magazines with the purchase of the Ruger Precision. Now, don't be discouraged if you see a plastic/polymer Magpul magazine with your purchase thinking, oh, nah, they'll get some steel magazines and I don't like the way this works and I don't like plastic at all. That is actually the wrongest thing you could probably say. Magpul has the highest reputation with the military, and personally me when I was in service using them, and I still use them to this day. So don't be discouraged if you see Magpul, and Magpul is an awesome company. Also, another thing is, if you see the 7.62 by 51 NATO on a magazine, don't be confused. So the casing of the 6.5 CREEDMOOR, yes, it does fit this magazine. Now, it doesn't mean you can put a 308 or 7.62 by 51 NATO inside this magazine. That is not what that means. So don't put the wrong projectile into your barrel and blow it up and ruin a nice gun. So make sure you read your manual book for safety tips. 97, 98, 99, 100. Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just doing a little workout while waiting. So if you're wondering the weight of this rifle, it is 10.7 pounds. That's almost 11 pounds for a rifle without any aftermarket parts or anything loaded inside the magazine or the chamber. So this does have some weight to it. Now you're thinking 10 pounds is not a lot, which it's not. But for a rifle that weighs just a little bit more than comfort, I like to run a little bit lighter, but I don't see you sprinting down mountains with this. This is something that you take your time sitting at a bench shooting at a outdoor range and indoor range. I would probably not recommend this at all. So normally this is about the time I talk about the trigger pull. Now with the Ruger Precision, I can't speak for every rifle, but for this one in particular, you can adjust the trigger poundage, and my buddy had it set up for about 3.5 pounds. So I'm not going to test out that theory because there's no point. It's all personal preference on how tight and loose you want that trigger pull. So you can use the stock factory, which I could not find unfortunately, but you can customize it to your own preference. So whatever you want, a heavier trigger pull, a lighter trigger pull. I prefer lighter so there's no hang-ups or late delay. Now you're probably saying, Tag, I thought you recommended 5 pounds. Yes, but when it comes to a precision rifle or of any sort for long distances, I want the lightest trigger as humanly possible, mainly because I don't want any sneak ups just in case I jerk the trigger. If I do something stupid, I want a light trigger so I can easily send a round down range without having any hiccups. That's just personally me though. So let's talk about MSRP, or the retail price of this firearm for the Ruger Precision 6.5 Creedmoor. So this is almost $1,600 for the rifle itself without any extra attachments of any sort. Now keep in mind this was lended to us, so every aftermarket part you see was his purchase, not mine. So yes, this is a little pricey, but I really believe this is worth it. Especially with this muzzle brake, it is an absolutely amazing firearm. It just performs so well and the accuracy is dead on. So let's talk about the subject, things I do like and don't like. I always like to get the negative out of the way first, so let's just do that. It's really simple and easy. So I highly dislike this stock and setup. Yes, it is nice for a precision rifle to have all these adjustments for the cheek rest, the length of the stock, whatever your preference is. I do really like that. But I do not like these clamp downs. I cannot stand them. They were getting caught. They're easy to knock down if I was to grab it. And because I was wearing a ghillie suit while doing this, I'll get to that in a moment, that it just kept getting caught and it just kept bringing it out everywhere and I had to keep readjusting it. It became extremely annoying. So the things I really like about this rifle, comes with Magpul magazines, which can't go wrong Magpul. I really love the rail adapting system. And of course, you know I love my M-LOK systems. I always love that. So this can cool down a lot faster. And that muzzle brake basically brings down this recoil to basically zero. And accuracy with this firearm is outstanding, and the group shots are like in the same hole. I did not get any pictures of it, but when I was shooting, I was getting some dead on accuracy. Now, if you're probably saying, did you sight this in? No, I did not. So my buddy, he's a left-hand shooter, and obviously uses the right bolt, so that's a little confusing sometimes. But it was zero to him, so I had to compensate, or what you would call Kentucky windage. So that was a little fun doing. It was basically me aiming to the top left a little bit, and then I would hit the target. But other than that, it was dead on accuracy. So if this was zero to me, I would say this would not fail you at all. What an amazing piece of a firearm, I gotta say. Just hold your horses. I'm going to get to the video of me shooting. Just calm down. I got you. And don't skip. So this is a disclaimer real quick. I want to say something. Now, I do make fun of safety nuts on here, but I understand where they come from most of the time. I understand that they're concerned about people's safety and they want everybody to be safe with firearms. Now, with me and my cameraman, we do take Hollywood shots or cinematic shots and stuff like that. I promise you that the cameraman is always safe, and if you ever see the barrel or the muzzle facing towards the camera, most likely the cameraman is in a different direction, or the firearm was unloaded to begin with and we made sure we took a cut and then did that scene. Never ever is my cameraman in any type of danger. If anyone's in danger, it's most likely me. I take the risks before I'll put my cameraman in danger. That I can assure you. Now, a dream came true yesterday for me. So yesterday I got to live one of my biggest fantasies as a teenager. So if you remember back in 2007, if you're probably an adult and you're like almost 50 or something, you're probably like, what is he talking about? Don't worry, Grandpa, I got you. So it's a video game called Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So back in 2007, that's when it came out. And there was a mission called All Ghillied Up. And that was one of my favorite missions to do on the game. And most people too, to this day.
So I got to finally live out one of my fantasies, and man, I gotta say, this performed with my dream 100%. And of course, this was not the rifle that was used in that game for that mission. So we're gonna get on to that video now. All I want to say is, if you did skip to this part, make sure you go back and watch some of the specs and anything that you want to know before you make a purchase like this, because it is a little pricey. It's not that bad pricing for the quality, but you know, if you're a little strict on money and you're like, I want to buy a good rifle, but I don't want to buy cheap, because buying cheap leads to buying twice. Now just go back and learn some more. If not, then keep skipping and then keep getting to your favorite parts, because I can't stop you. You know, I can only ask you to kindly go back. But what I ask more of anything else on this channel is make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. It'd be so awesome if you did that, and I would highly love it. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to get on to that video. I'm sorry it's a little longer than I usually do it. Most of the time I make a video about 1 minute and 30 seconds long. This one's almost 3 minutes, so I hope you enjoy it.
One thing I want to say is that I did talk to some still active duty service members that are infantry snipers, and they gave me some advice. And I also talked to one of my high school buddies that gave me some advice too, since he is a 11 Charlie, which is a mortar guy, and he works with snipers and stuff like that when he went to Afghanistan. So appreciate you guys very much for helping me out. You know who you are. And I gotta say, infantry snipers, I know your guys' schooling is extremely hard, and me doing some of this training and stuff like that with a ghillie suit just alone was kind of sweating and hot and hard to move around and stuff without making noise too. So I gained a lot more respect for infantry sniper guys. You guys are amazing, and of course you have to be extremely good at what you do to be selected. So overall, I do love the Ruger Precision 6.5 Creedmoor. What an outstanding rifle, and hands down worth the money you pay for it. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe. I would highly appreciate that. I hope you guys stay safe and be healthy. I love you all. I'll see you next time. All right? Thank you.